Yeah. Everybody say we was enslaved, right? Enslaved, enslaved, enslaved. Every time I turn around, you got a slave story here, a slave story there, enslavement here, enslavement there. Every time I turn around. Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Y'all good out there? If you ain't doing all right, you need to get all right. And I don't mean that in no, you know, hey, enslave. Make someone a slave. All right? Synonym. Disenfranchise. Disenfranchise. Subjugate. Hegemonize. Suppress. Tyrannize. Oppress. Dominate. Exploit. Persecute. Enthrall. Bind. Yoke. Right? The opposite of liberate and emancipate, huh? Now, I just said a whole lot, as y'all already see. I always looked at enslavement just to be like somebody forcing you to do something against your will, just point blank, period. You know, like have you in chains and all that. When I think enslavement, I think you in chains, in shackles. I look at that like, yeah, back then, people were enslaved, right? But when you really look at it, some of these terms comes up today in modern times. Disenfranchisement and all that, or franchisement. You know, it was at one point we weren't, according to what they say, weren't allowed to be a part of the franchise. And so now they're talking about disenfranchisement, meaning one at one point you were a part of the franchise, and not only a part, you were the franchise. Isn't that something? And you get disenfranchised. All right, but let's go. Talking about subjugate. Talking about tyranny, right? Suppressing somebody, oppressing them. Even domination, right? You're being dominated. Hey, I played the game better than you played it. So you got dominated, right? Type thing. Or exploited. I'm gonna extort you, exploit you. I'm gonna use you, I'm gonna use you up, right? It's when you get exploited, you know, making more money off you when you can be making the money yourself and somebody putting you out there selling you, right? When you're persecuted, seeming like you the worst person in the, on the face of the earth, or the worst type of people on the face of the earth. You know, that's when you're being persecuted. Especially now, understand we're talking about the social arena that plays out in your physical life, in your everyday life, right? Mentally and physically. Because if you can't get what you want mentally, then it's automatically going to affect you physically through bad health, illness, ailments, all that stuff can be affected by that. Which in turn had anyway. I don't need to go too far, and I think y'all, I know y'all get it, right? So when you bind somebody, Do it necessarily have to be in a certain thing? Excuse me. You know, they say religion, you know, not good morals, right? They say religion means to bind. Religion means to bind. Like putting you in an uncompromising situation, so to speak. Right? Boxed in. No room for adaptation. That's how I see it. When you bind or bound into something, no room for growth. It's like you boxed in. That's how I see it. When we talk about being binded, you know, like a binder, like a notebook binder. Write it down, lock it in, bind in between the page, in between the covers. And the binder is a spiral, on a binder. Interesting. Okay. Yoke. Like the yoke around your neck, holding on to you. Choking you out. Huh? The yoke on me. Break the yoke off, huh? Some people might call it having the monkey on your back. Just can't catch a break. Right? Never can get a good shake out of things. Right? It's interesting that they say shake, huh? Make something shake. Make something vibrate. Make something move something. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, right? Yeah, I can play with this stuff all day, for real. I can. I can go in on it all day. We're talking about to be enslaved now, to make someone a slave. There's many ways to do it. To disenfranchise them, subjugate them, hegemonize them, suppress, tyrannize, oppress, dominate, exploit, persecute, right? Persecute, enthrall, bind, yoke, right? Let's get on to the next one. I hope that coughing ain't too loud. But yes, I am smoking me one. Okay, it says, cause someone to lose their freedom of choice or action. Cause someone to lose their freedom of choice or action. Now, today, right now, are we being caused to lose our freedom of choice or action? Or can you do what you want to do in action without no consequences whatsoever? Can you? Okay. Can you make any choice you want? Right? So, in a well, how would you say it? In a perfect world, right? You would say, sure, I have my own choices. I have freedom to make my own actions too, right? Which you do. But we know people don't because of what? The so-called laws, right? But in a perfect world, a person should be able to do exactly what they want to do. in my eyes. They should be able to make their own choice and take their own actions, regardless. And may they receive the consequences they receive. But at the same time, I understand that there are people out there that has mental chemical imbalances. You know, like they have issues in the mind to where they may need some type of governance or control, right? The mentally disturbed, mentally disabled people, which I know it to be the reason from the beginning, even with religion, to people who were nearly, well, to people that were oblivious to living morally, having good morals, right? Having certain mannerisms, like just for like being clean, having a way of communicating, you know, being able to feed yourself, all those type things. I think there were people that needed to be taken care of because they didn't have these capabilities. And so all these systems and arts and crafts and all this type of stuff was built or created to help assist those in need. Because all these systems and arts are based upon things freely given, like nature. But yeah, I think I just went into a whole lecture on something else. My bad, y'all. That's my fault. That's my fault. Okay, say cause cause someone to lose their freedom. Okay, let me keep going down. Right. So this is what I want to get to. So the word enslave, right? It's the early 17th century. In the sense, make a person subject to a superstition, passion, etc. Formerly enslaved, from in the first sense, and in the second sense, as an intensifier, plus slave. Wait a minute. Let's go back to the top. What it says, early 17th century. What's that, y'all? That's 1600. That's 1600s, right? So in the 1600s, the word enslaved was in the sense as to make a person subject to a superstition, passion, or etc. We all know what superstitions are. Okay, right? And we know what passions are, so to speak, right? So let's get into this a little bit because it says make a person right with superstition, subject to a superstition. So let's see what the superstition is right quick. I thought I had it up already, but I don't see it. The things be getting crazy, y'all. Gotta really know what's going on. First thing they showed who? Your boy Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder. I'm wondering, Steve, what's going on? What you talking about? You were saying something about superstition. I need to go back and listen to your song. Shout out to Stevie Wonder. Superstition is what? excessively credulous belief, right? Excessively credulous belief in and reverent, right? It said, let me read it again, y'all. It said exclusively dang, y'all. I just read it. Excessively credulous belief in and reverence for something, for supernatural beings. I just fucked that all up. I tried to do 2 things at one time. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me read that again. It said excessively credulous belief in and reverence for supernatural beings. All right. Synonyms: credulity, magic, sorcery, witchcraft, fallacy, delusion, illusion. Okay. So now somebody's trying to force you, right? Enslavement is what? Could be what? A person is trying to force you into superstition. And superstition is like excessively credulous belief in and reverence for supernatural beings. And it's dealing with the areas of credulity, magic, sorcery, witchcraft, fallacy, delusion, and illusion. These are some powerful words, y'all. I don't think y'all, hey, listen. We can have lectures to Timbuktu or to Kingdom Come. How you said, my bad. I think I fucked that all up. But y'all know what I'm saying. We can be doing lecture after lecture after lecture or teaching, or I don't like to say lecture after lecture, but y'all know the fuck I'm talking about. We can run through these goddamn words and we can be doing this junk forever. Yes, we can. That's a whole lot of weight. Just by looking at the word enslave and saying, hey, so slavery it can mean superstition or you forcing me to believe in this shit. And then we look around and wonder why all of us people believing in all different type of things and, hey, man, what's going on? Huh? Huh? What's really going on? Hey, what? You think a rock gonna do what for you? What? A tree gonna, man, what's going on? The sun, the moon. Hold on. My thing be, it's like how you even know about any of those things if it wasn't for you. Like if you wasn't born, how do you even? So it seems like the first step is you to me. I don't know. It just make a lot of sense to me. It's like what the hell y'all talking about? Everything that comes secondary. It seems like I don't know, but let me not go off into that. So y'all see why I can kind of think about that anyway, especially by looking at some shit like this that they're showing right now, saying in order to be enslaved, right? When we already know that let me not go there. To be enslaved can be dealing with superstition, and saying superstition is could be dealing with all this other magic, sorcery, all this shit, just for the simple fact that you believing in something, just for the simple fact you believing in something supernatural, right? All right, so now let me keep going. And it says the opposite of science. So the supernatural shit, they're saying is opposite of science. So it's a biased person writing this, though? A Scientologist or some shit? I don't know. But I'm just saying. It's a widely held but unjustified belief, right? Widely held but unjustified belief in supernatural causation leading to certain consequences of an action or event, right? Leading to certain consequences of an action or event or a practice based on such a belief, right? It's a leading to certain consequences of an action or belief or event or a practice based on such a belief. Okay? Now we get to the origin of what that is. Let's see. Hold on, man. I put him on a couch.
My clothes?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, my wife asked me about her clothes right quick. She about to go out of town. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get ready to go to work. She about to go out of town. That's how I go. All right, but anyway, let me keep on going. Let's see. It said, let's get back to where I was at though. All right, I had already read the definition. She kind of just throw me off. I'll let my homie right quick in a minute. All right, it say myth, belief, old wise tale, notion, legend, story. Right? Myth, belief, old wise tale, notion, legend, story. Did it was superstition, y'all. I just put the information out here. Y'all call it how y'all see it. All right, now peep this here. It says Middle English, from Old French, or from Latin, superstition, from super, over, plus stare to stand, perhaps from the notion of standing over something in awe. What it says, Middle English, from Old French, or from Latin, superstition, from super, over, plus stare to mean to stand, to stand over, to overstand, right? It say perhaps from the notion of standing over something in awe. All right now? But it say perhaps part, but in the awe and all that, that's kind of weird. Okay. But for the most part, though, they saying enslave is basically to have you on some other shit. Yeah, as you can see, right? Have you into something that's crazy. And then let's just go into R for a little second. And then I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Cause that was another trip me out. As soon as I saw that it could mean to be entrapped into some kind of superstition or something like that there. I was like, hold on. Superstition can't be real. I just like somebody say, hey nigga, don't go across that tree right there, or nigga don't cross that bowl, or nigga don't, man, nigga please, nigga don't take my cigarette that's turned upside down. You know, man, nigga have superstitions, all kind of superstitions. Don't do this and don't do that, boy, because this thing might happen to me. Which I mean, I guess I get it, you know, but hey, I don't know. It's a word, right? Is a feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder, right? It's a feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder. So now, that's a whole another way of looking at it, right? So you're standing over somebody, you got them enslaved. Bruh, it's kind of like what you say, like a project. You know how you do like an experiment, like anthropology type stuff. Going around, you studying the cultures, but you got them enslaved at the same time, type thing. But you sending your folks out. But yeah, I think y'all kind of get what I'm saying. I ain't really processed that thought, so I don't want to lean too far over there on it. But looking at it from this way, you standing over somebody in awe, right? It could mean this way too, if you really look at it. It's a feeling of reverential, like giving reverence, right? It's a respect, right? Reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder, right? Amazement, astonishment, and all that type of stuff. Y'all get it. But at the same time, right, we're going to do you wrong. It's a reverence, wonder, wonderment, amazement, admiration, veneration, respect, dread, terror, fear, revere, worship, venerate, adulate, idolize, put on the pedestal, lionize. I know I hear a lot of black people say sometimes, like, look, man, they honored us, they worship us, and all this type of stuff. They know who taught them, which they do, and all that. But, hey, listen, it right, it say hero worship, honor, love, right? Now, the opposite of that is contempt, indifference, despise. So at the same time, while people play both sides when it comes to this sometimes, what we would call haters, right? So at the same time, they showing you love and they respect you and they like everything you're doing and everything like that. But on the other end, they're still gonna be they have contempt for you, indifference, and they'll despise you at the same time, and that's crazy. That's how I'm saying. Now listen, that was that was a noun, right? It's a stand over in awe, right? In awe. It sounds like an action, like that's like a verb. It say like inspired with awe in the verb sense, like wonder, awestruck, amazed, astonished, open mouthed, reverential, terrified, afraid, fearful. All right, let's see what the origin of it is right quick. All right, so means terror, dread. Replaced in Middle English by forms related to Old Norse, Aj. All right, so initially an typically just means terror, dread. So you standing over somebody and you scared than a mother that they gonna stand up and raise up type thing. I don't know. That's how I'm seeing this here. All right, that's how I'm seeing it. I don't know what nobody else seeing, but that's how I'm seeing it. All right, so let's say subject to superstition or passion. Passion is strong and barely controllable emotion. Strong and barely controllable emotion. So subject to a strong and barely controllable emotion of the suffering and death of Jesus, right? Passion, right? The suffering and death of Jesus. You have to be subject to the suffering and death of Jesus. You have to be You have to be subject to strong and barely controllable emotions. You have to be subject to, see, that sounds like a lack of self-control, sounds like mental illness and stuff like that. You have to be subject to mental ill people, basically. So, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, though, right? And they said, this got religion, it got music. Let's see. Now we talking about a crucifixion, talking about pain, suffering, agony, and martyrdom. Okay? So it's like you're being a martyr. It's showing a whole lot more definitions when I clicked on more definitions and stuff, right? We already read strong and barely controllable emotion is a state or outburst of a strong emotion, right? A state or outburst. So when people say passion, we just have passion. That's how it be a state or outburst, a strong emotion. But people look at that to be rage, right? Temper. But the people that doing it, they don't really look at it like that. They like, look at this, mean what the fuck I'm saying, nigga. That way. That's what the fuck a nigga be talking about. But in the way in the social world, they look at it as a tantrum. When people do call it a rant. You know what I mean? A fury, a frenzy, a paroxysm, fever, patty, wax, bait. All right. So intense sexual love, passion, we already know that too. An intense desire or enthusiasm for something, we know that for sure. A thing arousing enthusiasm, all right? The suffering and death of Jesus, that was the new one. It's a narrative of the passion from any of the Gospels, right? A narrative of the passion from any other gospel had to be subject to a narrative of the passion from any other gospels. Had to be subject to a musical setting. Okay, let's get the order right quick. Okay, it says Middle English from Old French from late Latin, passion, chiefly a term in Christian theology. First of all, right? Chiefly, what? A term in Christian theology to let you know where this shit comes from. And it says from Latin, pati, meaning what? Suffer. What the fuck? So you telling me that the word passion really means suffer? That's what passion means. So when you raising and you raising your voice and all that type of stuff, you know what I mean, and you're stressing how you feel, we look at it like, bitch, I'm finna get on your ass, and I get this what it means, because that means that you must be suffering. You sound like you suffering, and you must be under distress or whatever, because, so yeah. But they saying this term is derived from Christian theology. So when a person even talking about use the word suffer, period, the whole idea of it comes from this. Man, it's so fucking crazy. That y'all, man, listen. So being subject to suffering, right? What it was saying. Okay? Said superstition, and forget that's what it made it up. But yeah. So fuck it. Let's go ahead and see what suffer mean right quick. And I know some people may not like what I'm saying and how I'm saying it and what I'm on, but hey, listen. If a motherfucker liked everything you did, boy, you probably wouldn't even be let's see. All right, suffering means to bear and below, right? So to bear something from below. Suffering means to bear something from below, from the gut, from the ground. Yeah, it's a experience or be subjected to something bad or unpleasant, in the sense of something bad or unpleasant, right? So it basically means experience or be subjected to. That's what suffer means. To experience or be subjected to, in parentheses, something bad or unpleasant. Okay? So either way, it's gonna give you a hurt or an ache. It say be affected by or subject to an illness or ailment. Remember I just said earlier about how your mind can cause your body to break down? It say become or appear worse in quality. Become or appear worse in quality. I would assume that after they start taking everything from dark-skinned people all around the world, their appearance became worse in quality. All right, archaic, undergo martyrdom or execution. Undergo martyrdom or execution. Okay. And that's the old definition. That's why I was stuck on martyrdom earlier. And that means to be a martyr, right? It says archaic, tolerate, right? Tolerate something. Just putting up with it. Just on GP. Right? Hold on. It said become words and quality that deteriorate, right? Fall off, decline. All right. So tolerate is tolerate, put up with, bear, brook, stand, abide, endure, support. Okay, became a supporter of them. Accept it, weather it, stick it out, stomach it, wear hat. All right, and then of course you're gonna tell others a whole nother ball game. This is how they language work. How does all this shit connected together like a goddamn web, spider web or some shit. So once you get it, you understand the matrix, which they got, which the language codes. That's the matrix. Once you understand the language, you can break the codes and see what it is, and understand how the people that on the bottom using the codes, they don't even really know what time it is. For real, they lost. All right, let me keep going before my phone start blowing up. All right, say allow someone to do something. All right, tolerate, allow someone to do something. Allow, permit, let, sanction, right? So they came up here taking our land. We probably just allowed them to go ahead and do what they're gonna do. Hey, look, we're gonna allow y'all to do this here, but we're gonna sanction y'all though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna set some rules and regulations. You ain't gonna run around like no wild animals. We're gonna have some kind of decorum type thing, right? So now it says Middle English from it says from bear from right to bear from below. Right, we already said that. All right, to bear from below. That's what suffer means. So we get it. We get it. We get it. We get it. All right. All of my nigga be with it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Go back some more. This shit be crazy, man. For real. That was that superstition. How we started off with it, right? And that was to standing over something in yeah, man. They hit that boy. Hit I didn't want to go to that right there. I don't even want to do him like that. I don't even want to do him like that, player. So we had just came through that passion, right? Formerly. And it said formerly enslaved. So before it became enslaved with the E, it sounded it was they're saying it was formerly with an I. Alright? But let's see. And the I just intensified the meaning. It's the same shit. The eyes with the eyes, the same shit. Let me just click on this, make this, put it in there, just so we'll know. Make that official. So it don't seem like let's see. What that shit say? Alright, what it say? What it say mean? It say use verb with the object, right? It say enslaved, enslaving. To make a slave of, hold someone in slavery. It's or bondage. It's Spartacus was enslaved by the Romans, fought as a gladiator, and later led insurrection in 73. Hold on, man. Listen. What did it say? Now it say Spartacus became a slave, right? He was enslaved by the Romans, and as a Roman, he fought as a gladiator, right? Ain't that what it's saying? And then it says, eventually, he ended up leading a resurrection, an insurrection in 73 BC. Now, you know how they say it was the resurrection of Christ? What if it was the insurrection? Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking, man. That's all. I'm just thinking, just putting that out there. All right, but yeah, as y'all can see, that was pretty interesting information right there they just put in to give y'all the concept of what I meant by being enslaved too at the same time, right? So let's say for instance, if they did come over here and conquer us in the way they saying they did and all that, right? The people that was already here, well, hold on, we do know for sure that they forced the Aboriginal people on this land to go along with their superstitious beliefs, what we would call Christianity and Islam and all these other thousands of religions, all these other religions that our people knew nothing of, so to speak, especially in the sense and form that they have it in. That's what I would want to say. You know. And so the culture and the way of doing things was forced on us, like as far as like this, the law and the way it's set up. Put it this way. We definitely were not on the bottom of the totem pole. All right? So the how and the why and the way and all that, no, we know we wasn't in bondage by no goddamn body. And until they came over here and developed this social structure they got going on and this monetary system they have going on, where that they were able to take control over the trade. But okay, but let me not go too far into trade. All right, let's see. But for the most part, y'all, I think that's basically all I wanted to I really wanted to explain that enslave deals with. Let's go back and do a briefing right quick. All right, let's do this real quick. I'm going back. Hold on, I'm tripping. All right, listen. Enslave, right? Make someone a slave. Cause someone to lose their freedom of choice or action. All right? Cause somebody to lose their freedom of choice and action. They say make a person, right, subject to a superstition, passion, etc. And that was the end of the conversation for the most part. Okay? Yeah, enslaved could possibly mean what? And that's actually how it started out. That's what makes it sad. It's not like it's 1,000 definitions to even choose from. And it's now initially it was in the sense of being a part of a superstition, being subject to a superstition or a passion. All right? And then after that, it's going to let you know about the damn suffering and all that shit and how we talking about how this word didn't come about. It took... Fuck it. Let me take it right back through it. Then you go through the word suffer, right? What does it say about the word suffer? You go to the origin of it. Hold on. What's the word suffer? Hold on. Where that motherfucker at? I think I might be on hold on. What they talking about some Christian shit? I forget. I'm trying to get to something. I just went on a rant just then. See, now that's what they would call a motherfucking me. Hold on, where I was at with it. Hold on. Well, they talking about some Christian shit. Christian shit. Y'all remember that? I was looking at that early. Said something about some Christian stuff. That's what I'm trying to get to. Well, I don't know where that's at. Yeah, y'all might be spared. I think I clicked off of it already or something. Hold on. Yeah, because I was just about to close out. So I wasn't even planning on trying to goddamn me get back to that part, trying to show out. But y'all got that show can rewind it. That show can. Y'all do know what I'm talking about. So it might have been on the word goddamn superstition. Let's see. Let's see right quick. For the one that had to go on a coffee break or something. That missed that part. But had something else to do. Let's see. Is it this part right here? Is it the word superstition? It ain't the word superstition either. It had nothing to do with the church. Well, I mean, it do have something to do with the church, of course, as far as like the definition goes. About the unjustified beliefs and all that shit. But yeah, I don't know why I can't find what the hell I'm looking for. Yeah, I done knocked the steam out of why I was finna go to it now. It ain't flowing right now. God damn it. But yeah, I know the fuck I was trying to go to. As soon as I had said it, y'all like, oh yeah, he sure did show that already. For the people who listening, oh yeah. For the people that was listening, oh yeah, they got it already. Oh yeah, I know he finna go to already. You know what I'm saying? So it still served its purpose, you know. But I guess it ain't meant for me to try to show y'all that part, because I do need to get on up out of here. You know what I mean? But for the ones that already know what I finna show, y'all know what the fuck it is. For real now. We know it's serious business out here in the field. It really is. You know. So, yeah, man, I definitely appreciate y'all as always. Y'all already know this here. So, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and all that good fly shit. And we're going to be out this motherfucker for the day. You know what I'm saying? I'll holler at y'all for keeping it trill.